It is 1 o'clock, the fourth and final hour of Three Man Front. Appreciate everybody tuning us in on this Thursday. It's been a very busy show. Rodney Orr from Tider Insider, Rob Pate, former Auburn DB, Brett Norsworthy, WHBQ in Memphis. And we're excited to have our next guest on the program. Good friends of Paul Feinbaum, and I won't hold that against her. Heather Dinich from College Football Playoff expert, senior ESPN college football writer there at ESPN, joins us now. Heather, I hope you're well in this. Hopefully in your part of the world, it does not feel as bad as it does down here in the Deep South.
You know, I don't know. It's kind of gross everywhere. I'm in Maryland, and the D.C. metro area is just perpetually muck-ish. So it's kind of swampy out here, too.
Oh, my goodness. Well, listen, we appreciate you carving out a couple minutes for us as we're all excited about this upcoming college football season. And before we get into your thoughts on this upcoming season, I want to talk about this exciting project that I know that I think you've kind of kept it under wraps a little bit in regards to you becoming an author, and excited in April of next year we'll get an opportunity to read your book, Never Flinch, on football, family, and finding my seat at the table. Just talk about the genesis of this project and a labor of love.
It was. Thank you so much for asking me about it. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. It really was. And I think, about a year ago, I spoke with an editor at Hachette Publishing Company, and honestly, it took me a minute to really appreciate the fact that I had a story to tell. And it's funny because I'm a confident, outgoing person and forever have been carving my space in a man's industry. And yet it took me a minute to have the confidence while also having the humility to say, okay, you know what? I've done something no one else has done. I have a unique career path. Literally no one else has done what I've done. And it's okay to say that and be proud of it because I'm using that path and those lessons to inspire people, to entertain people, to lift people up. And I think while my journey is unique, there are so many things as a working parent and a mom and a sports fan that connect me with everyone else, and I think that there's something in there for everybody. So thank you for asking me about it.
Well, it's just incredible. Heather, we had you on the Paul Feinbaum show way back when you were just getting started in the industry, and remember some of your great work that you did early on at ESPN.com. And I mean, when you have the history that you've had, and of course, nowadays we're in this industry in which it's every 5 seconds. And what have you done for me lately? But my goodness gracious, going back to you interviewing Russell Wilson when he was at NC State, or you're, interviewing Bob Knight. He was at the center of controversy time and time again at Indiana. Just kind of take us back to those original days and how much this is going to be in your book, Never Flinch.
There's a lot of that for college sports fans in the book, and it does start with Bob Knight and sitting on his back porch with him and Digger Phelps and Isaiah Thomas when he got fired. And the lessons learned from that, I mean, him, he was going back at me, and it was a unique experience. I remember pulling out of the driveway, and Kornheiser and Wilbon had me on their radio show, and Tony said, "What did he say?" And I said, I was like 20 years old. I said, "Tony, you got to read the Indiana Daily Student tomorrow."
That's right. That's right.
But that's, it's interesting because that's like my career kind of began before it even began because of him and that moment. But I mean, Joe Paterno sitting in his office right before the worst season in school history, and Bobby Bowden and calling his house and his wife answering the phone, and I can remember her like putting the phone down on her shoulder and I hear her say, "Hey Bobby, Heather's on the phone from ESPN. He would come over and talk to me." It was just remarkable. And now fast forward it to Nick Saban and being with him in his office and being with him at game day and the national championship and sitting next to him, and he loves going at me about the college football playoff, and I have so much fun with him about it. And every now and then I just got to be like, "Coach, I'm not on the committee, you know that, right?" And he just laughs. So there's great. a lot of that stuff in there.
Well, Heather, before we dive into the actual season that's ahead of us, I think you're the perfect person to ask. You just mentioned the college football playoff. A lot of questions going around We're going to stay at 12. Is it going to go to 16, 24? Maybe for a little bit there was even a 20-team format that was floated out there. So just what's the latest maybe you can tell our audience about those discussions and what the future of the college football playoff may look like?
Well, those discussions are still waiting for more detailed information from television industry experts as to whether or not the revenue generated from a 2014 playoff would compensate for the loss of conference championship games. And at their last video conference that they had, multiple sources told me there's no guarantee. And a lot of people are saying you can't get a guarantee that you're going to make that kind of money. And, because of that, I don't know if it will happen in time for 2027. And I think Greg Sankey has at least, I think it's fair to say, warmed up to it, because in Destin, he said repeatedly since then, I'm not opposed to 24. I just want more information before making that kind of a decision. And I totally think that's fair. But at the same time, it's him and Tony Petitti from the Big Ten who have to agree on it by December 1st. And if they don't, well, then it's not going to happen. And that's okay, too. It can stay at 12 while they continue to thoroughly vet and research what the best model might be moving forward.
Heather Dinich joins us from ESPN here on Three Man Front. Got to ask you another thing that just happened within the last 24 hours, just when we thought, okay, the Protect College Sports Act, we're not going to be talking about that. All the legal other stuff that goes on in the college game, we're actually going to be talking X's and O's. Then all of a sudden yesterday, you've got Jack Plyburn, you've got the 15 other players, they get the injunction. And so now you've got general managers all across college football. They're trying to cut up pro football tape right now. They're trying to figure out if they can add anybody to their roster. Where do you see this going, Heather? And is this going to continue to just be chaos as we lead to the opening weekend of college football?
I mean, I think it's okay to say this is crazy, right?
Yeah.
This is crazy. Are you kidding me? I saw that and I could not believe it. Like, this has to stop. I feel like the whole sport of college football is in a blender right now, and somebody just needs to turn it off and unplug it. It's the college sport, the Protect College Sports Act. Have you guys seen the movie Christmas Vacation?
Oh,
National
yes.
Lampoon? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So where I am with this is if I woke up tomorrow morning with my face sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be more surprised if that thing passed. Okay? That's where I am. I mean,
man.
it's not going to happen right now. Does that mean it will never happen? No. But as we get into an election year here, and I mean, the senators aren't even coming back until like September 14th or 15th, and then you've got the House, which is not going to vote in favor of this. So it's a disaster, which is why, a long way of answering your question, you go back to what Greg Sankey said at SEC Media Days about he couched breaking away, right, but making your own rules more so than they do now. How can these conferences, without federal legislation, how can they regulate themselves? And I don't know that anyone knows that answer to that right now.
All right, well, let's talk about something more fun. Let's talk about the actual season, because we are just a couple of weeks away, really just about 10 days away from the start of week 0. But we'll start with the teams in our neck of the woods, Heather. A lot of excitement, a lot of intrigue around Alabama football heading into this season. It's year 3 for Kalen DeBoer, but based on a lot of the fans and the people we hear from every day, Heather, you wouldn't know that this team went to the college football playoff and actually won a game last year because the expectations have been a little bit tampered down. So I'm curious where you are, what you've heard about Alabama, and what your expectations are for them in the upcoming season.
Well, my expectations for them are to be a college football playoff team. That's what they should be when you're at Alabama. Are they a national title contender? I don't think so until proven otherwise. And that's answering that question on August 20th, right? I've talked to Kalen DeBoer. He likes his quarterbacks, and I have total faith that he's going to pick the right one for the job probably in the next week or so. I saw Chris Lowe tweet something about that. But here's the thing. Preseason predictions are more difficult than ever because of the transfer portal and NIL, but you still have a base of what you know and what you don't know. And as far as Alabama goes, it has questions that are TBD as far as starting quarterback, and the running game, which to me are two really big questions for a team expected to contend for the national title. And so, I thought on the AP Top 25 reveal that they were a little bit high based on -3 rushing yards in the SEC championship game, So, we saw what happened in the college football playoff with Indiana. There's a gap there right now. How much can DeBoer close it with this year's team? I don't know. I don't know that he knows that either. I think most coaches in the country will tell you we don't know what we have until it gets out there because of all the new faces and new places and everything. But I really like Kalen DeBoer as a human, as a coach, and I still continue to believe that he will win at Alabama at a very high level. He's done it everywhere he's been with less resources and less talent, so there's no reason to think he can't do it in Tuscaloosa.
Do you think the expectations are too high for Lane Kiffin in year one? I know that they've spent a lot of money. Reports out of Baton Rouge, the roster is going to cost them around $50 million. Is there too much pressure, you think, Heather, in year one, or do you think that he'll be able to thread that needle and get them to the CFP?
I don't think that's too much pressure because I think he put it on himself when he bought that roster.
Right,
and
that's true.
He took that job. This is it, he was expected to win the national title the day before he signed his contract at LSU. That's what they're hiring him to do. And, is he going to play in the national championship or even the SEC championship game? They're not at the top of my list to pick right now for winning the conference, but it's certainly a talented team that can be in the college football playoff. And, I'm going to be there in the season opener against Clemson, so we'll know more about them. But when you talk about staff and personnel on the field, they've got it all. They've got the total package, and Kiffin's going to get the most out of Sam Leavitt. I think he's a good quarterback. We'll see what happens with that Ole Miss game, though. Golly, is there a better theater? There's no better theater. It's Hollywood.
Yeah.
Well, that's a perfect segue for me, Heather, because I actually wanted to ask you about the Rebels because, look, they're the team from the SEC that made it the furthest in the CFP last year. Pete Golding came in, I think, did a fantastic job on that playoff run, but it feels like a lot of people are maybe underestimating Ole Miss this year, not sure how it's going to work out over the course of a full season with Pete Golding. Are you in the camp of, are you expecting Ole Miss to be back in that conversation of maybe competing for a national championship, or do you think that with a full season in front of Pete Golding, maybe the Rebels are going to take a step back this year?
I think that they should absolutely still be in the mix and the conversation. He has tremendous talent on that team. With Kewan Lacey and Trinidad Chambliss coming back, those two pieces to the puzzle were integral to him sustaining and building upon the success of last season. And I've talked to Pete, and the thing is everyone likes him. He's the kind of guy I feel like would help you change your tire on the side of the road. He's just normal, right? You could be neighbors with this guy. And he's funny as all get out. So I think people enjoy being around him, working for him, and playing for him. And I think his defensive mind is important, but also Chambliss might be the best quarterback in the country this year. He could be. He's not going to be the first quarterback drafted, I wouldn't think, but I think he might be the best quarterback. He might win the Heisman Trophy. I don't know. But yeah, there's no reason for them not to be in the mix with the players that they have coming back.
Heather, how happy do you think Kirk Cignetti was when he looked up and he saw the lack of respect, probably in his opinion, from the coaches poll in the AP preseason? Because the defending undefeated champion Indiana Hoosiers come in at number 6. It's kind of like covering Nick Saban all these years down here. That's a perfect spot, in my opinion, for Cignetti. I wanted to get your thoughts because that's when he can go to the locker room and he can show these kids, hey, look, guys, no respect, nowhere but up from here.
I agree with you 100%. He is a competitor. He'll use it for sure, even if he might not say it publicly. And at the same time, every team ranked ahead of Indiana has a proven returning starting quarterback, I think. I don't have it in front of me, but I'm trying to think. Dante Moore at Oregon, right? Ohio State, Julian Sayin, Arch, and who am I missing?
Georgia,
Georgia, Every single one of them has a proven starting quarterback. And you know what? On some of those teams, the starting quarterback might not even be the best player. quite
True.
honestly.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State. I'm thinking about Colin Simmons at Texas.
Hmm.
When your starting quarterback is a Heisman Trophy contender and might not be the best player on the team, you're a national title contender. And I think Josh Hoover at Indiana, I expect him to have a great season because they're not going to ask him to do what TCU did as far as throwing the ball 60% of the time. Signetti was like, we're going to give him a defense, we're going to give him a running game, we're going to put guys around him, and he's not going to have to sling it like that. And when you do that, it cuts down on those mistakes that he had last year. Now, he had some fumbles, too. Can he hang on to the ball? Ball security, decision making, still a question mark. Going back to the preseason philosophy of rankings, right? So I think Indiana's in a good spot in terms of preseason ranking, but if you are ranking head coaches, they would be number one.
Well, speaking of Indiana, I was curious because nobody saw what they did last year coming, obviously, and you could tell that was reflected by where they were in the preseason polls. I know they came off a playoff berth, but nobody saw that kind of a jump coming. So I'm curious from your side of things, your perspective, Heather, is there a team out there that you look at? Not that we expect the 20th ranked team in the preseason poll to go win it all again, but is there a team out there that's maybe on the outside looking into the playoff picture right now that you could say, yeah, you know what, if everything goes right, they catch lightning in a bottle, you could see that team going on a deep run and surprising everybody this year?
USC. No one is talking about USC.
Mm.
No one. And I'm like, this is Lincoln Riley's year. It has to be. And when you look at when you try to pick 12 teams, we go back to the playoff expansion conversation. It's really hard because I think a team like USC can get in there. And if you have Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon, and USC, 4 Big Ten teams, and I mean, pick your poison for how many SEC teams you're going to have in, right? Miami will probably be in. Like, something's got to give.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start talking about the Ole Miss and LSU and USC, like, it's going to be really close, I feel like. And you talk about BYU and Texas Tech in the Big 12. They don't play each other during the regular season this year, but I'll be surprised if they don't in the Big 12 championship game. So there's a lot of really good teams that are going to be on the bubble this year, but I think USC could be a team that could surprise people and knock one of those bubble teams out for a spot.
That is Heather Dinich from ESPN. Enjoy the heck out of her work, and I'm more excited, honestly, April 20th, 2027, when her book Never Flinch on football, family, and finding my seat at the table will be out. You can pre-order now. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. That's Books A Million's huge here in the state of Alabama. Hudson Booksellers, Target, Walmart, or just go to hatchetbookgroup.com and you can pre-order it there. Heather, it's just always fun to catch up with you and actually talk football as opposed to the Protect College Sports Act and injunctions and all that kind of good stuff. And I hope you'll come back when we absolutely get the season going. But we really appreciate you spending some time with us.
Thank you guys so much for the kind words. Thank you for the book support. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. And we will absolutely do this again during the season. So
all right.
Thank you.
Sounds good, Heather. Enjoy the last deep breath with your family and kids, and make sure your kids don't forget about you before you start that long trek during the football season.
Amen, my friend. Hey, somebody's got to cook dinner. They won't forget about me.
Thank you, Heather. Have
Thanks,
a
Heather.
great afternoon. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank
Take
you
care.
so much. That is Heather Dinich. Man, what a great interview with Heather Dinich of ESPN joining us here on Three Man Front. She was on the Higginbotham hotline. Higginbotham is your one-source solution for insurance, financial, and HR services. More Three Man Front. Pat and Conrad take you home the rest of the way here on Jocks. What an incredible interview with Heather Dinich from ESPN, college football playoff expert, senior writer, college football there for ESPN and ESPN.com. Man, just great preview as we look ahead to the 2026 college football season. It will be here before you know it. Earlier today in Tuscaloosa, Alabama wrapped up its second scrimmage. All indications are, as of this moment, that Keelan Russell probably will get the nod at the beginning of next week as QB1 for the Alabama Crimson Tide. They had a 90-play scrimmage today. A lot of progress from last week, according to sources. It was much cleaner in pre-snap, especially at the quarterback position. DeBoer said at his press conference that he will get with the staff this weekend. They'll take a look at the tape, and they'll go over some other things. And then probably early part of next week, we'll have some type of decision. They have to name a starting quarterback, so that's literally going to come probably at the first part of next week. For all those E.J. Crowell fans out there still waiting for him to make his debut or to show up at practice more than one day at a time, he did not scrimmage today, but they are hopeful sometime next week he'll be back at practice. Kalen DeBoer post-scrimmage on the offensive line said the protection was ahead of the run game early in camp. This week, the run game has continued to improve. All indications are that the running game was improved today at the scrimmage against a much ballyhooed defensive line for the Alabama Crimson Tide. There is a strong competition. He says it's a battle at the position for kicker. Lorcan Quinn from Ireland and Connor Talty, the American, they're battling it out on the backfields in Tuscaloosa to see who will be the kicker for the University of Alabama. Because I know, Damian, that's what you listen to Three Man Front for, is the special teams kicking competition.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I know everybody's worried about QB1, but I think it's just as important. You got a kicker, man. Especially if you can't find your way into the end zone, somebody's got to put 3 on the board.
Excuse me for not knowing this, Conrad. Who? And I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I am being serious with this question. Is the punting duties, is that in good hands at Alabama?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good.
So we got J.K. Scott Jr. Is that what you're telling me?
The third, actually.
Oh, was he a junior?
I don't know.
Was J.K. Scott a junior?
I couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'll be him or James Burnham Jr. or something like that.
Okay. There you go.
You could, Pat.
I told you I wasn't trying to put you on the spot.
No,
was
I
asking you a
appreciate that.
serious
You could have
question.
told me Nick Sherman was the punter, and I said, "Oh man, he's out for the season." That's all.
Yeah, he was injured today, by the way.
Yeah, he was.
He had a lower extremity injury.
man.
Yeah, you could have said, "Yeah, he came from some community college in Mississippi." Yep.
Be honest, do you know who Nick Sherman is?
No.
Okay. See, that's good. Honesty is good. Fourth stringer, cornerback for Alabama.
Well, I mean, you hate to lose a guy during
Transfer from Itawamba Community College.
Oh,
out of Mississippi.
I can't believe I forgot this. The punter, he transferred from UNA.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
Adam
right.
Watford. Remember the name, number 33. Adam
Okay.
Watford.
So, see, he will understand the barometric pressure in the state of Alabama when he kicks.
Yes.
And the weather. Yes.
That's
Yes.
That's
that's
huge.
deeper.
Yes.
That's
I feel
another-
bad I forgot that. Yes.
You have to think about that stuff.
Yeah, that's another
That's
level
why I try
right
to
there.
teach you guys during Maction during the year,
Right.
because the barometric pressure is different
Mm-hmm.
in the Great Lakes region. So, like, if you're going to Buffalo
Right.
on a Tuesday night in October, you got to look at the special teams.
Okay.
You got to look at the wind and the barometric pressure.
Okay.
Because how the ball will carry in regards to a punt.
That's another level of strategy right there, brother.
You got to look at everything, man.
I never once have I heard that while playing football. Didn't think of it.
It'll help you in the football pool, too.
See?
Is that back active?
Soon.
Okay, I was just making sure.
The suit was already giving me a hard time. See, the
Oh.
suit thought that we had launched it and we had not sent him an email.
Mm.
And I said, well, the board of directors did have a vote, kind of consider maybe not inviting him back.
Give somebody else a chance.
It was him and Saber like last year, right?
Yeah.
They won it last year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they tied, didn't they?
Hey, I will say this. Your wife, she needs to play for the whole season.
She does really well in everything she does. Yeah, all that
because
stuff.
she is always in the mix for the March Madness.
Yeah, March Madness is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, she kills
Yeah,
it.
she kills in March Madness. Yeah, she does the same thing with our friends brackets and stuff, too. Yeah. She's very good at
See,
that.
she doesn't have the pressure like her husband does.
She just start cooking.
Yeah.
Like she ain't
No,
worried
and
about
that's
nothing.
why because she'll always ask me stuff like, "Well, who should I pick?" And I said, "Do not ask me because clearly, whatever I don't know if it's colors, mascots, name, whatever she likes, she just that one."
She just looks at the raw data, just emotionalist. She's
That's
just
it.
like, this is what I need. This is what's going to happen.
And it's trended well.
She's
It's-
done well.
It's trending well.
buy
Very
us.
good.
I'm trying to think what car seat maybe if we win the football pool if she wins.
You know, it's been a minute since I
crib?
bought a car seat, but a car seat was expensive when
Oh boy.
my kid was young, a long time ago.
So the big thing now is because I know too much about this now. So you get the stroller car seat combo.
Yeah.
It's called like a travel pack or something. Some of these are stupid expensive.
You talking about like $500?
Oh yeah, I guess not. I thought that was expensive.
No, that's like
1,000?
That's the cheaper ones.
there's some that we've seen that are like $1,500
Ooh.
for
I'm
the
glad
combo.
I'm not having any more kids.
We will not be getting that one. We'd have to sell our couch, and we're not doing that.
Well, you paid $1
You must say
million
you
for
just
your
got it.
couch.
It was only $10,000.
Just got it.
You knew about that $10,000 couch.
Yeah, that he had to move in by himself.
It was $1,000 couch, but I did have to move it in by myself. But yeah, some of these car seat stroller things are crazy. Like the one that we're trying to get, I think it's like $650 or something, and that's like your child's gonna be safe in this thing, but you're not gonna go bankrupt price range. It's crazy.
Mm.
It's crazy.
Inflation affects everybody.
How much are diapers now?
$1 million. No, it was. We were at a Target last weekend, and we were walking by, and I saw the diapers, and I said, I'm going to go do some quick math in my head. So I went over there, and I looked at the price tag, and I was just like, all right, so how many of these are we going to go through? And when I'm getting over like 1,000 diapers, and I'm just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's not cheap.
No, they're not.
Not cheap to
Just
bring a life into the world.
Just buy cloth ones and take them back behind the house in the river and beat it on a rock and clean them.
Okay, Pat, we're in 2026,
Sounds
man.
like a good plan.
But I mean, if you want to save a couple dollars, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Just get the double ply toilet paper, wrap it around a couple times. It'll be fine.
Yeah. All right, when we come back, I got some questions I wrote. Damian and Conrad will answer. We'll do a little Pat Ponders next.
1:34 here on your Thursday afternoon, three-man front. Conrad, Pat, and Damian sitting in with us for the rest of the hour. Appreciate you joining us all day long. If you missed any of our fantastic interviews today, you can go check them out. They're all available for you wherever you get your podcasts now. Rodney Orr giving us the latest on Alabama fall camp and scrimmage number 2 in the 11 o'clock hour. Rob Pate, a little smack talk with Pat as Auburn Hewitt Trustful.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate that.
We'll
Plus,
face off.
I don't know if you heard Damien, he kicked me out of his house. I was supposed to, this has
What?
been planned for a long time. I was going to spend the night at Rob Pate's brand new home he built.
Okay.
And then today he comes on, the first thing he says is that his parents are coming, and now I don't have a place to stay.
I may or may not have also planted a seed in Rob's head that Pat had been talking just an insane amount of smack this week about that game. So
I had not, by the way.
You don't strike me as somebody that would.
I didn't do Pat any favors, but
Dang.
I just want to stir the pot a little bit.
Is Rob going to be there, though? So you
Absolutely.
So you'll see him?
His son's one of the quarterbacks for Auburn.
Oh, so yeah, y'all gonna have to have a discussion.
Yeah, and then Rob is trying to get me to go over to work at Sweet Frog. So he doesn't have a place for me to stay.
And then it's gonna put you.
But now he wants to. I want to drive 2.5 hours from my house just so I can.
eat some ice cream.
Yeah, I can sell ice cream
That's Rob.
to Auburn students.
That's Rob, man. That's Rob. We also had Brett Norsworthy on. He talked a lot about Ole Miss and the upcoming SEC football season. And Heather Dinich just joined us at the top of the 1 o'clock hour. Fantastic conversation. Don't want to miss that on just kind of in-depth preview of the upcoming season and some of her teams to keep an eye out for. Well, Alabama heat and humidity can be absolutely brutal, but you don't want to let it affect your home and family. Keep them all comfortable with an affordable Trane cooling system, recognized as America's most trusted brand for 12 consecutive years. You can always rely on a Trane. Find a comfort specialist near you today at Trane.com.
All right, I come up with questions. They give me answers. This is Pat Ponders.
I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind.
It's time for Pat Ponders.
All right, question number 1. Big news yesterday. Alabama and Tennessee, for the next 2 years, will play their rivalry game wearing home jerseys for the first time since 1970. Name the other SEC rivalry games that you anticipate will follow suit, like Alabama and Tennessee.
I think the Egg Bowl. I think the Mississippi State and Ole Miss, especially with the collection of uniforms that they have, I think they'll probably venture to something like that.
Yeah, not the Iron Bowl.
No.
How about Texas and A&M?
That's another good one.
I'd like to see that.
And because both of those rivalries that you guys just mentioned, they have the discrepancy in color. You know, it's not similar.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be a good contrast.
I think, yeah. I like that Texas. Yeah, Texas and Texas A&M. I think that would.
Arkansas and Mizzou would be a good one.
Yeah, you could do that one.
Tennessee, Vandy. Heck, Tennessee might end up like LSU is with their white jersey. They just might wear orange all the time.
Yeah.
Well, when they're not wearing the new smoky grays.
Correct.
You like those?
The smoky grays? Nah, I've never been a fan.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, today in the SEC, big news. You had the brand new smoky grays with the brand new helmet for Tennessee. And Mizzou they broke out a anniversary edition.
Oh, I saw those. Those are nice.
Yeah, if you go to my Twitter, you can see it, Damien.
Okay.
That's at Pat Smith Radio. I know you don't follow me on social media,
Yes,
but
I
if
do.
you did,
Don't do that.
If you did, you would see that I posted a picture. All right, see, there's the Tennessee one.
I see the Tennessee one.
All right, and then go the next one. That's the Mizzou one.
Okay.
And
That's
see,
nice.
the Mizzou one is going to look like, like Illinois and a couple other schools, how the logo, and I think Navy did it, how the helmet actually looks like a leather type of helmet. You see how the M, hey, it looks like it has the stitching. That's how the stripes are too. Yeah, it's a good look.
They can pull that off. That's going to be nice.
Yeah, it's the 100th anniversary of their football stadium.
Okay.
And so they're going back and using an old logo.
Let's go.
Yeah, so how about that? Big time. All right, question number 2. Who has the better odds of winning back-to-back titles this football season? The Indiana Hoosiers or the Seattle Seahawks?
Oh, man. I mean, it's been so long since you've had a back-to-back champ in either sport. I'd probably go the Hoosiers, honestly. I just think. I mean, I'm just thinking with the Seahawks. I mean, I think the Rams are going to be so.
Yeah. And the 49ers, if they're healthy, they're still.
Yeah, that division's going to be
best.
tough.
Yeah.
Plus, there's just a recent history of now the Chiefs and Patriots are kind of the exceptions to this, but there's a lot of times where teams that go to the Super Bowl don't typically have a great year the next year. A lot of times they even miss the postseason. But yeah, I think Indiana, though, they have an easy schedule. They'll be in the playoff. They should probably be in the Big Ten championship game. And I mean, if Hoover's as good as people are saying he is, I mean, he should be right up there with like Mendoza was last year. So I'll go Indiana.
Yeah, I'll go Indiana too. And their path, depending on who they match up with in the playoffs, could be very similar to how it was last year, where they kind of, separate themselves, and then maybe their first true tough test comes in the championship game. But yeah, I'm with, like Conrad, the Seattle, that division is just too tough. It's tough. And that's with Matthew Stafford being out there in LA.
And is Sam Darnold going to be as good as he was last year again? I don't know. You lost Kenneth Walker.
Yeah. But they got Jalen Milroe behind him, so.
Mm-hmm.
And Terrion Arnold. He's out there too.
And they signed Trevon Diggs.
Oh, so it's just Bama. It's Bama West.
Yeah.
Let's go.
TBD on Terrion, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have to wait it out for a little while.
That is true.
But
Trayvon Diggs, I mean, it's been a minute, but when he was on, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great that 1 year.
Yeah. Not since.
All right, next question. On this date back in 1931, Don King, American boxing promoter, best known for his association with Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson and his unusual hairstyle, was born in Cleveland, Ohio. Which one of these famous fights that he promoted had the best name? Was it the Rumble in the Jungle, which was Ali versus Foreman in Zaire in 1974, or Thrilla in Manila, which was Ali versus Frazier in the Philippines back in 1976?
Oh,
which one did you like the best?
Thrilla in Manila, for sure.
Rumble in the Jungle or Thrilla in Manila?
I feel like Thrilla in Manila is a better name, but Rumble in the Jungle is like the most iconic fight name ever. So it's
right.
Like Thrilla in Manila is a better I don't know, it just catches your attention a little bit more. But Rumble in the Jungle, that's that's the fight in history. I feel like so I'd probably go Rumble in the Jungle just because it's more iconic. I feel like.
I'll tell you one thing, just complete side on George Foreman. Like growing up, I just knew him as the grill man. But seeing some of the things he was doing back in the day, that is one of a massive human being. But he was putting people to sleep. Like he was throwing them.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, and this is the cool part of being in this business and having an opportunity to be around and interview people. Hands down, one of the top 5 best people I've ever spent any time around.
Really? And you would never think that he was a boxer. Like,
no,
you would never. He's like, man,
no.
he's even on the commercials, it's just, man, his personality is just phenomenal.
Spent a whole hour with him in studio.
Really?
And he could not have been nicer. He signed every autograph. He took every picture. He was just you could tell he loved life. Like he just was a good dude.
And he inflicted so much pain
as
a human. Like to know that he has that switch.
And on top of that, what he was able to do business-wise, like when he left. Yeah. And I know he boxed till he was really shouldn't have been boxing, but still, just kind of crazy. But anyway. All right, next question. The jersey worn by Michael Jordan in Game 3 of the 1998 NBA Finals will go on auction on September the 15th. Now, the current high price paid for a basketball jersey is $10 million paid in 2022 for Jordan's game jersey from Game 1 of the 1998 NBA Finals. That was the most expensive piece of game-worn memorabilia of any kind before Babe Ruth's 1932 World Series jersey, the called shot jersey, sold for $24 million back 2 years ago.
Wow.
But the question is, would you rather own a famous jersey or the actual trophy from a historic championship?
Oh, trophy. Trophy.
Jersey or trophy?
Does it still have the sweat on it?
It's the jersey.
I'm just thinking if I had like unlimited money to play around with and I could buy, I mean, we know where I'm going with this. If I could buy Tua's jersey from the national championship game, but like he never washed it, I'd pay a lot of money for that. You put it in a case, obviously you're not smelling it and stuff, but then it's just more authentic that way.
But would you actually put it on before you put it in the case?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, if I'm paying $1 million or whatever for that, yeah, I'm putting it on. Probably a little big on me, but
we're in a thread off.
Yeah,
of it.
I'm putting that thing on. No, in all seriousness, I'd rather have like the actual trophy, not a replica. Like this is the trophy that was handed to them by the commissioner of that league when they won the championship.
I want fingerprints and all.
If it's that one, I want the trophy.
Isn't it crazy? Awesome. $10 million for a Game 1 1998 NBA Finals jersey worn by Michael.
That's insane.
And now the Game 3 jersey is going up for sale, and they expect that will eclipse the Game 1 jersey, but it will not come close to the Babe Ruth calling his shot jersey.
So this was my first thought with that. If it were to ever go on auction, would the flu game jersey go for more than the Babe Ruth?
Ooh.
It would be up there. I still don't think it would eclipse Babe Ruth.
But maybe 20 million, 15, 20 million range?
15 to 20, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't, I mean, just.
Do you think anything will ever surpass the Babe?
No.
The Babe Ruth one?
Not unless Damien's Birmingham Southern football jersey comes up for auction.
Well, that's priceless.
Exactly.
See?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's priceless, but I mean, if it's worth the negotiation.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be like if the Yankees ceased to exist.
Yeah.
Like, how much would that jersey be worth, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's one way to put it.
Like, there will never be a new Birmingham Southern jersey.
No one will ever wear number 6 again from Birmingham Southern.
You're right.
Or any number.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I can't pull a Jaden Daniels.
How many Birmingham Southern jerseys do you have in
2.
your possession? Oh, like home and away?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, then you can split with one.
Do you have a helmet?
No, I didn't keep my helmet.
Those are a little expensive.
Right. And it was Division III. They just shipped it back and next man up, whoever can fit it.
Yeah.
But no, like I never thought of that perspective, but yeah, there is nobody that will ever wear. Yeah.
They've retired your number.
Sure.
So that's what I tell everybody.
Well, they retired the university, so.
Well, they don't have to know that. Just say, hey, my jersey's retired. Nobody will ever wear number 6 again at Birmingham Southern. Ever.
That is true. I don't know. Maybe somebody.
You're not lying.
Maybe somebody in the Coast Guard.
It's called embellishment. You got to use the language right. It's embellishment. It's not a lie. It's an embellishment.
Numbers 1 through 99 will never be worn again. So I guess I'm.
Did you have a number 0?
No, I had already graduated when
they allowed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that is today's Pat Ponders. When we come back on 3-Man Front, we'll wrap things up on a very busy Thursday on Jocks. Just a couple minutes left in the Thursday edition of Three Man Front. Hope you will join us tomorrow. Another jam-packed show. Wimp Sanderson, Mike Rodak, Barrett Slee, Kyle Parmalee. Landrum will be back in studio. He is on his way. He is on the call tonight for Central Phoenix City against Thompson High School. You can see that game on Alabama Public Television as one of the high school games of the week. Tomorrow night, he'll be heading to Sparkman as Spain Park High School will start their season against the Governors up there in North Alabama. Meanwhile, I'll be down in Auburn as the Auburn Tigers will be hosting the Hewitt-Trussville Huskies. Where are you tomorrow night? You going to your alma mater watching Maplesville?
I might.
You might?
I might. Listen, man, I mean this humbly. Like, they're about to run through 1A. Like, it's
Really?
oh,
They
man.
stacked again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they only had like 6 seniors last year.
Hmm.
And
Well, you've got
Got
that
a
five-star
five-star.
kid that's going to just do everything, right?
bro, like, we've never seen anything like that in Maplesville. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, he because I know him personally, like, he's a kid. Like, I still see him as a kid. But in small, rural 1A football, you don't see guys like that. Like, you just don't. And he doesn't even realize how great he is. Like, it's
Man versus boys.
oh man, like, you can tell when he gets off the bus, it's okay, well, this is a solid 1A football team, and then you look at him and it's like, okay, yeah, that's him. He's
Your
that guy.
NIL dollars must have.
I do what I can. I do what I can. Got to make sure those boys stay hydrated and healthy.
Well, I
Get
mean,
ready
after
for it.
that $1 million win at Wheel of Fortune, I mean,
Nah, it was a little less than that, but
was it?
yeah.
That's not what I read
But I
online.
made sure. Don't Google my net
He's going to
worth.
start using that word all the time now.
Embellish.
Yeah.
See, I taught y'all something today.
That's why you're a professor, man.
And Mountain Brook, they don't have a home game for a while, right? Before you
No,
guys.
we our first home game we get to host the Sioux.
Helena.
Yeah, but they're
Okay.
playing at Hueytown tomorrow, so
Okay.
Okay. Very
get a
nice.
good start to the season hopefully for the Spartans.
Ball is here, baby. Let's
Absolutely.
go. Let's go.
Man, fired up. Ready to go. All right. Thanks for tuning us in on this wonderful Thursday. We'll be back at it tomorrow morning. Don't forget, Conrad and Damien start things off at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Have a great